Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to share what the Lord's been speaking to me recently, but I've been hearing a lot of people talking about the same thing, so I wanted to let you guys know what He's been telling me. I was praying about, every year I pray for a personal word for the year, and so I was praying about 2018, and He gave me Isaiah 14:3. And it says, I will give you rest from your sorrow and your fear and your hard labor that you've had to serve. And I looked up fear in the Hebrew, and it means, we're not supposed to fear, but that kind of fear meant excitement, like your body, when you go through bad things and your body just reacts and there's not a lot you can do about it. You can't sleep, you can't eat, that kind of thing. So then He confirmed it with Isaiah 11:10. His resting shall be glorious, His resting place, and several others, and about the Sabbath. And so after that, I fell asleep January 8th, and I was wondering about the word He gave me about rest. And that, while I was asleep, this song by Hootie and the Blowfish was in my spirit. Like, I could tell it was in my spirit, not in my mind. And it was, hold my hand, I'll take you to the promised land. And then I heard blast off. And there's a lot of stuff that He's gave me years ago that are pointing to the war starting this year. And He's let me know that we're gone before this great war happens, the World War III. Because what He's told me is, let's see, I was praying about what the days would look like when the rapture happens. And He said the answer is in Revelation 5. And so the scene in Revelation 5 is He's getting ready to open the first seal. I totally believe we're gone before the first seal. And He's also told me, like a year ago, I had a dream about fall time trees. The leaves were really bright fall time colors. And then the sky was like an orange reddish color. And I heard the bombs are getting ready to detonate to start the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So they're in the fall time. They were getting everything ready. And it looks like we're getting really close. And I've been following this stuff for like 10 years. Russia, China, everything that's going on. And it's just been building up and building up to Ezekiel 38. But I'll have to make another video about the dreams I had about the blood moons, and there was a double space. So it's been 2 years. It's been 2 Passovers and 2 tabernacles since. So I believe this could be the year. I mean, it really looks like it is. Plus all the other things that He's been telling us. And so also there was an important thing about February 4th. I fell asleep and heard March 15th is another marker. And at the time I was like, oh no, we're going to be here till then. But I realized all these things have been markers. All these years, they've been getting closer and closer. And March 15th, I don't know what the marker is. I know Nissan 1 is around that time. But when God gives you a date, I've learned in the past, He wants you to pay attention, because it's not something obvious usually. He wants you to pay attention to what's going on in the news and stuff around that time. So, March 15th is another marker. And also, February 6th, I heard Philadelphia, the Holy Spirit makes you live. And then I heard a little bit later, Christianity is getting an early release. So I looked up the words in these sentences, and Philadelphia is brotherly love, and so if we practice brotherly love, and true Christianity is dependent on Jesus and following the teachings of Jesus, that we're going to get an early release. So God's never... I studied about the rapture for 6 months straight. He had me studying years ago because there was so many different ideas about it, and I can see where everybody gets their ideas, the mid-tribs, the post-tribs, but I just knew it was a pre-trib, but there was no like smoking gun, there was nothing you could just point to and just tell everybody that that's 100%. They could take all these scriptures in different ways, but with him telling me that the answer is in Revelation 5, that's 100%. That lets me know it's totally pre-trib, which I always believed anyway. But there's a lot of smart people that believe in the post-trib, so it made me study really hard. But, and the other things he's told me besides this is that people need to be serious. He told me that we make casual excuses for our sins, and we do, but it's not... We got to get serious. We don't need to be making any kind of excuses. Casual means unconcerned. You got to be concerned with these things. It's time. We got to get right. And I think that's all I'm going to put on this one. There's several dreams that go with the blood moons and the 2 years. Now we're in that time where it's been 2 years since, and the war, and Obama, and Iran, and all kinds of things that I need to get out. But for now, I'll just say this, and I love you guys.